Okay, so let's start. Today we are going to talk about what makes a successful, sustainable urban community of the future. So I'll come to share my ideas first. And in my opinion, I think that a successful and sustainable urban community of the future must integrate environmental stewardship into its core design and balancing ecological resilience with resource efficiency. So what do you think about this topic?
It seems we share similar ideas, but in my opinion, I believe that a successful and sustainable community have to strike a balance between the environmental protection and also the life quality of citizens. Do you guys have other ideas?
Yeah, I agree with you, and I also want to add my ideas that I think the community culture is an important thing. The culture of the community, I think, is an atmosphere. It's about inclusiveness towards multiculturalism, which will appeal more people from different countries to join in the community, and also about communities, arts, and events. Those things can definitely boost communities' vitality and improve residents' sense of happiness. I don't really understand Nasmi's ideas about the environment. So could you give some examples about it?
Okay, that you all know that our the environment our life is getting worse and worse, right? So many of scientists have said that we should use the renewable energy to make sure that to stop the tendency that our weather gets worse. So that for instance, Freiburg in Germany, that there are famous about the plan of using the solar energy, wind energy, and also about the energy from the ocean. For example, that there has a promise that by 2025 they will get nearly use these energies for about 30% of the total energy, and they will use this renewable energy in many aspects of their lives. For example, for their power usage or football match, or in their living management, such as many. So that's many aspects of their living. So I think that's example for that. This renewable energy also that this behavior of protect our environment that changes our lives and makes our lives better.
So, Natsumi, do you mean that we only need to consider the eco-friendly policy or those infrastructure?
I think that the protection of the environment is the most important, because you know this is the Earth is the only place we can live up to now, that we can only find that we can live on Earth. So I think it's the most important. It's really important to protect our environment.
I'm sorry that I'm not on your side, because in my opinion, your argument is too vague. Just like those wooden spoons in McDonald's, they are sustainable, but they are difficult to use. So I remember you mentioned about the wind energy. So do you consider the wind energy whether it is stable enough to provide enough electricity to our citizens? Because wind energy is not stable. So I think you need to think more about how to apply your idea into the actual world.
I see your 2 points, and I want to have a problem about it, questions about it, because you two are talking about energies. But I think the topics they want us to talk about the way to make the community more sustainable and successful. so that we need to. I think the most important things is to make the community a comfortable place where people are more willing to live here for a long time. I have some research about it, and I will give examples. In the 2014 in the Kingston, a group of artists they tasked the group with bringing creativity and art to this community by painting colorful street art of scenes. The project makes the streets more beautiful and engage members of the community. Also, they boosting and reflecting the community's strengths and resilience. So that's me. Do you want to say something?
Maybe I think that maybe I had ignored that our only feeling. I just see my eyes on the environment. Maybe yes, I ignore the feeling of ourselves. So what do you think about?
I get what Jason's mean. A successful community have to attract more people to live here. So I think it can also be done by the environmental protection policy because eco-friendly policy can also make our community better because, for example, our air will be more fresh. It can also attract more people to live here. And I have an example. In Germany, they have built a cycling path called Red Bull. It has 9 kilometers long and completely covered. And I think that is an ideal form for the future transport infrastructure because in Hong Kong we have 60 kilometers long cycling path in new territories, but seldom we hear people will use bicycle for their commuting because you need to consider the weather conditions. But in Germany, their cycling path is really strike the balance between eco-friendly and also the needs of the citizens. According to a research in 2018, over 80% of the family in Berlin have their own bicycle, and I think that is also a very useful policy that can help us to attract more people to live in our community.
Okay, you give a very great examples, and I have some new understand about this topic. I think facilities and the environments where people there live is the most important things, and culture and atmosphere is a supplement of the community because only if the peoples can live in a better place, can conveniently buy what they want, and so they can have more time to join in the event and activities and to appreciate the arts and other things where communities give them. So I think it's the most important things.
Yes, that's what I mean. Environment is always the foundation of our community. So, Natsumi, do you have any other new ideas now?
Yes, what you said has made me feel really appreciative. I'm very appreciative about your opinions. That now I know that although improve our environmental is really important, but it's also important that we can use such as make us for culture or some policymakers to integrate these parts together that makes our life better. Not only the protection of the UN, but the culture that we can make our urban life more colorful by ourselves. We can ignore our human beings behaviors and some aspects of the so So yeah, so we sense like we get the same opinions, right?
Well, to sum up, we both agree that a successful and sustainable community have to strike the balance between eco-friendly and also the life quality of our citizens,
Yes,
right?
yes,
Right.
yeah.
Okay, that's
We got the same opinion, yeah. The same.